everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, how are you? My name's Jade, but please call me Jelly. To get you into the mood for Halloween, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favourite scary movies, or just movies in general, to watch around the festive, spooky times of Halloween. So let's get right into it and tell you about my top 5 favourite movies to watch at Halloween, and the first one has to be Saw. I mean, I can't really choose a specific Saw movie because I absolutely love them all. I mean, I actually just watched one before filming this just to, you know, get me into the spirit for Halloween. I love Saw. I love all 7 of them, so I'm gonna just say all 7 and plus Jigsaw, so there's 8. Okay, all 8. Saw movies are my absolute favourite. Why I love them so much is because I think Saw just has a brilliant and such a clever storyline, and it sort of adds to the gore. I mean, the gore is there for like to add a bit of thrill, but then when you really focus on the storyline, I think it's absolutely genius, and that's why I love it so much, and that's why it has to be first on my list. I like number 4 because number 4 was actually the first Saw movie that I watched. I didn't watch them in order, which might have been a mistake, but I watched the 4th one first and then sort of watched them in like a random order, and then eventually I have watched all 7 plus the latest one in order, so finally it makes sense. But I think I started watching Saw just for the gore. Saw number 4 with the gore. Say that 5 times fast. Yeah, I just watched Saw, yeah, for the blood and the thrill and the grossness of it, and then I watched it in order, and then the storyline blew my mind. And the reason why I love Saw so much, even to this day, is the gore and the traps and the grossness of it. Like, it still kind of makes me cringe a little bit, but like cringe in the best of ways. Like, I still kind of feel really grossed out and creeped out by it, and I know what's going to happen. I've seen it so many times, but they still kind of catch me off guard. And that's why I love it so much, and why you you need to watch it for Halloween. If you've never seen it before, please do. 2 of them are on Netflix, but if you can buy the box set, do it. If you can, I don't condone this, but watch it online somehow, then do that as well, and watch them. Binge watch them, get a snack, get some Halloween snacks, goodies, whatever, and then just binge watch Saw from start to finish, and the new one, which is on Netflix as well. So you need to do it because it's just so amazing, and I love it, and it's just gross and creepy and gross and perfect for Halloween. My second favourite thing to watch around Halloween time, and just in general, has to be Final Destination. I have all of them on box set. It has been a while since I've watched them, not gonna lie. Some of them are on Netflix as well now, so I might go and watch them and, you know, refresh my memory a bit, but I absolutely love Final Destination, and I have watched them in order. When I first ever watched them, I did watch them in order. Final Destination is sort of, I watched them from like a young sort of age, like 10, I guess. I was a very disturbed child, okay? Don't judge me. Yeah, I watched them from a very young age, and I've sort of been haunted by them since. Sort of just creeped out by it, because, I mean, I'm not saying they're realistic in a sense, and like the gore is kind of realistic, but like these sort of scenarios wouldn't really happen in the real world, but then some of them could, and I think that's the spooky element behind it, because it makes you think of sort of like a what if that literally happened moment, and that's why I find them so thrilling to watch, so scary and quite captivating. And ever since watching them, I will never ever 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 ever, full stop, period, ever drive behind a lorry with logs in it. Like, just no. And I wear glasses, if some of you know that. I do wear glasses, and I'm not going to get laser eye surgery either, or have acupuncture, or go on a roller coaster. Just no, you will not find me there. So. And that is because of Final Destination, because what if those things actually happened? Like, I ain't risking that. Like, no thanks. Not today. My third favourite film to watch around Halloween is a spooky classic, and it has to be Hocus Pocus. If you ain't watching Hocus Pocus around this time of year, what are you doing? It's so good. I've watched it, you know, since I was very young. It's amazing, and I love it. It's It's literally a classic. There's no other word to describe Hocus Pocus. It's the perfect Halloween film just to get you in the mood. I mean, just put it on like in the background while you're doing some like Halloween decorating and tidying, you know, bit of, well, not spring cleaning, autumn, winter cleaning, you know, just, it's such a humbling film and makes me feel really good. And now that I'm older, I can sort of understand the film a bit better, because when I was young, the book with the eyeball in it freaked me the F out. Like, it was so creepy. I was scared of like my books in my house like starting to float. Like, but now I can sort of like admire the special effects and the work that goes into that. And I was also really, really afraid of Billy. Like, still kind of low-key am scared of Billy, but like, I thought the makeup back then was like so realistic and scary, and I kind of thought it was like true, if you get what I mean. Like, I thought he was real and was gonna come after me in my sleep. So yes, and I love Hocus Pocus, and I am still low-key, high-key obsessed with Bette Midler. Like, she literally has put a spell on me, and that is why I love Hocus Pocus, and that is why you need to watch it around Halloween. My fourth favourite is kind of a comedy. I think they call it a rom-com. And to be honest, I watch this all year round, not just for Halloween. Like, it's one of my top 5. If you want to see that video, my top 5 favourite movies of all time, maybe I'll do 10 because I'm quite picky. But yes, it's one of my top favourite films of all time, and it is Shaun of the Dead. And to be honest, I love and admire and adore anything and everything Simon Pegg and Nick Frost do, especially with Edgar Wright. Like, the Cornetto trilogy and Paul is absolutely freaking genius. It's so funny. I've watched it so many times to the extent that I know all the words like to the films. It's just brilliant, and it's so hard not to love. Like, the characters are so funny because it is Simon Pegg. Low-key love him. And Nick Frost, like, they're just so funny and brilliant, so that kind of, they bring that out in their characters. And throughout all the Cornetto trilogy, like, you know it's still them, but like, they have such distinct and defined characters, and that's why Shaun of the Dead is such a great film. As I said, in general, but especially on Halloween, because it sort of tones down the spooky and then gives you sort of like something to laugh about, because like, to be honest, I am terrified of the impending doom of a zombie apocalypse. Like, I ain't surviving. Like, this bitch doesn't run. I can't survive on, like, you know, I need food. Like, yeah, I'm just not gonna survive. So that's why I'm absolutely petrified if, when, touch wood, it doesn't happen, or if it does happen, I'm screwed. So to laugh about it in this film kind of makes me feel less panicked about a zombie apocalypse. So and it's just so funny, like, it brings such a good comedy element to zombies, and obviously zombies around Halloween time, it fits, it's perfect, and it just sort of brings a different vibe to, you know, the festive Halloween season. The 5th favourite movie I like to watch around Halloween, and again in general, is on Netflix, and it is called Hush. And the reason why Hush is on my list is because, as I mentioned about Final Destination, it brings a realistic and like heart-pounding element to the movie. Because for me personally, I find realistic scenarios even more scarier than like gore. I mean, there's nothing realistic really about a zombie pulling out someone's entrails, because that's probably not going to happen. But the scenario in Hush, if you've never watched it, spoilers, but this woman is a sort of mute writer. Obviously can't speak, can't hear. She goes away to this house in a forest to focus on her writing, and then in doing so, she sort of like alienates herself, and in comes a killing maniac. And because it is so real, like, no, that's probably not going to happen in my lifetime. I don't know, there's like a spooky, realistic element to it. Like, obviously this woman's being tortured by this guy who finds her, like, he does it over time, which sort of reminds me of The Strangers. And why didn't I make The Strangers on this list? God damn, if you want a part 2, give this video a thumbs up. It sort of reminds me of The Strangers, sort of like they kind of mess with your mind before, you know, killing you. Yeah, because she's deaf and can't speak, like, she can't raise any awareness about this killer, and she has to try and like figure out how she's going to survive. And it's so brilliantly done, and it's sort of like, it makes you put yourself in this woman's shoes. Like, when I watch it, I think, what the hell would I do if I was in this situation? Like, how would I survive? And that's why it's also so scary and gives you a bit of an adrenaline rush, because it's like, oh my god, like, is she going to survive? What's this guy gonna do? Is he just gonna like keep on torturing her because she's deaf? Like, what's the outcome going to be? It's such a freaking good film. Like, please watch it if you haven't already. Especially around this time of year, like, it sort of like just gets you in the mood and feels a bit spooky. And that is why Hush is my 5th and final favourite movie to watch around Halloween. That is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoy watching and hearing me talk about my top 5 favourite Halloween movies. And let me know in the comments below, what are your favourite movies or even series to watch around Halloween? I'd love to know so I can go and check them out for myself. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you want more videos like this. And as I said, leave a comment or just say hi, and while you're here, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button to become a member of the Jellybean family. I would love to have you, and until next time, stay safe, stay wonderful, and stay spooky, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!